This video is going to show you how to create a checkerboard pattern. And this is assuming you've already figured out what your square dimensions should be. So here is an example sketch. This sketch has a 1 inch by 1 inch square that we're going to cut out, and we have the spacing between each subsequent square as 0.13. So what I have drawn in addition to the square that's going to be extruded is a construction triangle where the distance between this side and this side is the same as the width of the square plus the distance between the squares. So we have 1.13 in both directions. And we get the both directions because this is set to 45 degrees. So that becomes important. You'll see why in a moment. So what I have is that sketch extruded. This one's going through the entire part, but you would do whatever you need to do. So now that we have this one square, this video is just going to show you how to pattern it efficiently. So the first thing you want to do is change it to feature pattern because we're not patterning a part, we're patterning just a feature. So I'm going to pattern this extrusion. So the first direction, I'm just going to pick the edge so that they go upright. And you can see it's actually going down. So I'm going to flip the direction. We do want 2 of them. Now, if I put the spacing as 1.13, which is what we said a moment ago that we wanted, then you will see that we have a square each square. But you actually, if you think about a checkerboard, you only want them every other square. So I need this to be 2 times this so that I have a square here, and then I don't have another square until this one. I'm going to change this to twice that. And now you'll see I have one there. Now I'm going to need another. Just ignore these squares that keep popping up. That was a different sketch that wasn't quite right. So now we're going to want a square right in this area. So to do that, I'm going to say a second direction. In this direction, I want it to actually be diagonal. And this is why we needed this 45-degree sketch on there. This distance is going to be equal to the same as that hypotenuse distance. If you don't know what that is, you can look on the sketch. I happen to know because I did the math. It's 1.6. And how many of them do we want? I'm going to just say 2. And that includes the original one. So now you see it's patterning not only my original one, but my second one in both directions. All right, so I'm going to hit OK here. And so this is our first linear pattern. But now we obviously need this to go across the board then. So I'm going to create a second linear pattern. And I'm again going to say feature pattern. I'm going to pattern the linear pattern. The direction I want it to be is this way. And instance count should be 4. And the distance should be 1.13 again. Oh, no, sorry. It's going to be twice that. And we're obviously missing the original one. So I need to also, in addition to patterning the linear pattern, I need to pattern the original one. And there we go. So there is all of them. So we patterned basically these 4 times. So you can see it's starting here. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that finishes off. This is a half of a checkerboard. And that should do it.